Hi viewers, let's see the app we are going to develop in the next couple of lessons. The app is connected to the Firebase database, right? And you will see there's a main menu where you got employee options and listing all employees. This table view controller we have put here, right? And when you click on employee details, you will be taken to a page where you can add, insert, search, delete employee data, right? So let us say in this Firebase database, you can see in the background, let's say I want to search for records and delete them, right? So let's say I select one and search. You can see it loads the data from the database. And let's say if I delete it, right, it deletes the data from the Firebase real-time database. That's awesome, right? So let's start. Let's say if you want to insert a new record, right? So you can say employee number one, let's say Anne, right? And let's say a salary of 50,000, right? And let's say Anne is from Melbourne, right? Awesome, right? If you click save, you can see it real time updates a Firebase database. That's wonderful, right? That's about search and delete. And let's say if you want to change the salary of J, right? So you say you can search for J first using the app, right? Let's say you search and it says salary of J is 30,000. Let's say you want to make it to 40,000, right? Let's say you're going to make it, change it to 40,000 and just click save, right? You will see that it gets updated in the real-time database. That's awesome. That's wonderful. So save, delete, search functions are working. Not only that, you can just go and change a few stuff. Let's see. Awesome. So then once you are done with that, you can swipe it and list all the employees, right? That's another feature of the app we are going to develop. So you can see the data. Say, let's say you got 1, 2, 4, right? So let's say see one, Peter, Anne, and Jay is there. Let's swipe this down and let's insert a new record, right? Let's say we insert record number 3. Let's put some sample data here. Okay, so let's save the data for Frank, right? Awesome. And now if you swipe down and if you go and check the list of employees, you can see Frank is there. That's an awesome feature of this app, right? And there's another nice thing of this app, right? Another awesome feature. So if multiple users, just assume if multiple users are viewing this app, right? The app you are going to develop has real-time synchronization features, right? Just assume these are two users using the app, right? And if one user add a new employee, let us say a new employee record, let's go to the bottom, say employee record 5, let me put the data first. So just assume if one user save, see what will happen to the other user phone, right? So if I click save Mary's details, awesome. See, the database got updated and on real-time synchronization, the next user will see the data being inserted, right? So that is an awesome feature of this app you are going to develop. But it's very important that you have to make sure to look at the next couple of lectures in Firebase database programming, that is part 2, part 3, until we complete this app. It explains all the theory and the practical knowledge which you need to know about developing this app, right? Okay friends, we are very excited to show you how to develop this app practically, and let's do it now. Okay viewers, so the following is the outcome of this part of the lesson. When you complete this part of the lesson, your app will look like this until you complete the other parts of the lesson. So you will be able to update data. Say for example, let us say if you want to change data of John, right? Let us say you want to update the salary of John, right? So if you want to update the salary of John, you can retrieve John's data by searching for employee number 2, right? And then say from 50,000 you want to update John's salary to be 80,000, and you can click on the save button and you can see it real time updates the John's data, right? Okay, let's see how to do it. But after you complete this lesson, make sure to look at the next few lessons in order to complete the full app demonstrated earlier. Hi viewers, so the lesson is Firebase Database Programming Part 6, and we are very excited to take you into this lesson, and let's see what's inside this. Tools used will be Xcode version 11.4.1 and Apple Developer Docs for referencing. Prerequisite, you have to look at the following previous lessons on Firebase and table views, Firebase Database Part 1 to 5, and table views. You have to look at some of the previous lessons in Objective-C in this series. In this session, you will learn how to update data in Firebase real-time database, and we'll be having API discussions on Firebase, FIR data, snapshot class, and update child values method. Lesson plan is going to be practical demonstrations. Okay, let's go viewers, let's do the practical now. So this is where we stopped in the last practical, right? So this is a continuation of the previous practical, right? Make sure you look at that before this. So until now, in this practical, what we have done is we have written code for save, delete, search, and clear. So it's updating the Firebase real-time database, right? It can save, delete, search, and do stuff. What we are going to do in this lesson is how to update. Let us say you got data for John here, right? Number 2. Let's say you want to update the salary of John, right? Now that's the focus of this lesson. But to say, actually, we have already implemented it under the save. So let's see now. For example, if I search for employee number 2 and if I say search, right? See, it retrieves data of John, right? And if I want to change the salary of John, let us say from 70,000 to 80,000, I can just click here and click save, right? It says save successful, and as you can see, it updates John's salary in the Firebase database, right? So that means in the save button itself, you have written code to update. So let's go and check the save button code, right? To see what we have written so far in the save button code in the previous lessons. So in the previous lessons, in the save button, right, what we have done is we are taking the data from the text boxes, right? And we are accessing the employees document in the Firebase real-time database and the child, whatever under that, the first employee number. For example, in this case, we were changing John's data, right? See, but earlier we retrieved number 2, right? Employee number 2, and we said search, we retrieve. So John's data, right? So basically then what you say here is you'll be giving that employee number, right? So in this case number 2, right? What we did, right? And then for that you are setting the values in the save method, right? And you set the data taken from the text box. So if you do any change here and you set some data values, let's say a new salary of say 50,000, right? So basically then what happens is you are setting all that data in the set values, right? Of course only the salary is changed, right? But when you click save, it runs this code and sets the values and it will say save successful, right? So that's what happened just a little while ago. So if I put it back, look at John's salary is 80,000, I make it 50,000. Now if I click save, see, it updates the salary. So what I want to say is we have already done the update method, but officially this shows you that we have covered it, right? Okay, but having said that, in addition to set values, there's another method in the API. If you look at FIR database reference API, like in the previous lessons, there's a method called update child values, right? So if you want, you can use this method also to update data in the database. So the method is update child values. It's not returning anything, but you can pass a parameter of values as a dictionary, right? The dictionary of key values, right? So if you need, you can use this method also for update, right? But what I'm telling is the save method you have done has already done that job, right? But as an alternative, if you want, you can put that as well. So I will add that code here, right? But I will comment it, right? So I will just, okay, so before the alert, right, just here, let me put a sample code, right? Let me put the sample code so that just in case if you need to know it, right, you will know how to do that as well, right? So okay, so I just put the code, right? So basically what you do is, if you are using that method, right, this method, if you are using this method update child values, what you will say is first you will get the data, and again you will refer to the document and you will refer to the employee number, then you will say update child values, and as the API says, you will pass values, right? A dictionary key value pairs, right? So you'll be passing key value pairs, right? Same as the save, right? But the only difference is instead of set value, you'll be telling update values, right? So this also will work, right, for your reference, right? Okay, awesome viewers. So that completes the lesson about updating data, and also you had a good look at the API, right? And understanding FIR database reference, you got this method just in case if you want to use it, right? So let's see what's next. Okay, so we did the practical demonstration and we completed the lesson, and conclusion is now you know how to write update methods, right? And we had a discussion about the real-time database API, right? And we did some practicals, and you can find the link to download the source code for the projects done in this session in the relevant download section in this series. Reference, we use Apple developer docs. What's next? It's very important to have a look at the next lesson to complete this overall app. Have a look at our other videos for practicals on Firebase. Have a look at some other videos on Objective-C in this channel, in this series. Also make sure to have a look at other series on machine learning, artificial intelligence, data science, and IoT, because that is where the future is, right? Have a look at that. So we are viewers, we are very excited to see you in the next video to complete this app, right? See you in the next video.